Week 13 has kicked off in awesome, upsetting, cool fashion, I guess. It's just wild that the Saints fell to the Cowboys. So let's talk about Sunday and the Jets going to Nashville. Sam Darnold, Josh McCown are nursing injuries. Who are they going to start against the Titans?
Well, according to Todd Bowles, they're basically going to start whoever is healthier, which is probably not a very easy question because, of course, you have Sam Darnold who's dealing with that foot sprain that's kept him out the last several weeks. Did return to practice this week for real on a limited basis, but it did sound like he did some promising things that would lead some to believe he is preparing to start. And then, of course, you have Josh McCown who started the last couple of games, but he's kind of injured too. He's got a back injury. He also has a thumb injury. Both players are on the injury report. So it remains to be seen, and maybe we will get an answer from Todd Bowles today. But both of these guys are banged up in what has been a very difficult season for the Jets. But I guess one of them is going to have to play.
Ian, now speaking of quarterback decisions, does Joe Flacco's return to practice mean that he's going to be starting against the Falcons?
It does not. And it was good news, though, Nate, that Joe Flacco returned to practice for the Baltimore Ravens. Has missed the last almost month or so with that hip injury. This was slated to be like a 3 or 4 week injury, and we're kind of getting to the cusp of that of where he should be able to return. But it is expected to be Lamar Jackson this week at the very least for the Baltimore Ravens. Actually, the real question is Flacco going to be active? Because if he's able to practice, one thing John Harbaugh has said is that if he can practice, then he can probably play. So maybe you come up with a situation where Flacco is active and then Lamar Jackson starts and is looking over his shoulder. Either way, Flacco this week, then a lot of big questions going forward. And honestly, guys, if Lamar Jackson wins again, how do you take him out of the lineup?
That's true. Winning games, he certainly is, and winning fantasy weeks as well. He's averaging 95 rushing yards a game over his first 2 starts, the most rushing yards any quarterbacks had in their first 2 starts of their career. So start him in fantasy, and we'll see how he does against those Falcons. Appreciate the news on Flacco, and we'll talk to you throughout the morning here on Good Morning. Up next, another guy I love in fantasy who's been crushing it, Phillip Lindsay, ballin'.